Well, hello, hello. How's everyone doing out there? Little dating channel coming at you. I know I should be doing a lot more of these, but honestly, life is just busy right now. I'll get everything figured out. Just a lot of stuff going on, and to try to get you a show often, it's real difficult, especially since the other channel is really doing well. I'm gonna change this lighting here because I want it to be a little brighter. There we go. So it's I'll get you as many shows as I can, but today we're going to talk about how women calculate badly when it comes to settling down. We've talked about this many times, and my girlfriend reminded me that, you brought up this subject matter before. I'm like, I understand, but a lot of new stuff has come about, especially with the red pill community, which is now, believe it or not, a lot of women are getting into the red pill, and I think it's because it's an untapped market for women. A lot of women can go out there and get sympathetic ear from men, especially like the Roma Army chick. I guess she got accused of beating somebody up, and she's out there, defending herself, but it can get pretty chippy sometimes. So today we're going to talk about women that wait too long to, I don't want to say settle down, but they thought it up. They thought it up nonstop. Right before they think, oh, I have time. I got time to, I got some time to like settle down. Let me get rid of the sponsor stuff here. There we go. I got time to settle down, and I'm just going to have my fun and travel and do the thing that, go around the world and fuck dudes in Italy, get your pussy eaten out and, Machu Picchu, the whole nine yards. So, and then by the time I'm 28, 29, 30, I'm still going to have it. I'm still going to have it. And I'm still going to be able to find a guy. The other thing that's happening is this: high body count young women. Women with a very high body count that are young, that are still in their 20s. Let's say, for instance, guys, we're going to talk about this mainly. Can you see a girl that is 25, has had over 100 dudes, and do you think a woman like that still has a shot of a happily ever after, meaning a good guy? Because good guys, believe it or not, it all depends on your definition. Good guys finish last, meaning good guys, nice guys finish last. Nice guys end up with the leftovers, right? Because the top shelf liquor ends up with the asshole, the alpha, the G, the guy that has his shit together. And then guys that end up married with kids, that girl has been run through, or the man that she really wanted, she could not get. So they end up settling for, this guy's stable, a provider, a nice guy. He's going to be there. He's good with tools. He's good with, drywall. He's good with fixing things around the house. He's going to end up being there for me. But God damn it, I just want to get plowed by the guy I want. And nice guys have to know that the girl they're with is not their first choice. And you have to be okay with that, man. You have to be okay with that. Let's say hi to the people here. We'll talk about it and get after. Redbird in the house. Josh Troy, EPA. What's up, brother? Pat the One, D and G, Brandon, Tyler Trest One, Melissa, the pretty lady that makes the cookies along with her husband, EPA, SK Jeff, Phil Fez, Austin A6, I'm Hung Solo, Heath 2SR, Noel SVT, Smile says howdy, Zach Ball, JD Swag, good evening, Alex and everyone. Drake Meister, what in the world is up? Jared Wells, Dr. YouTube, John Cena, I don't know how I saw that. With SVT, Dr. YouTube again, Alex Miller a couple of times, Street Driven GT500, Isaac, Walter, and Lex Luthor. Been a while. Yeah, you're driving your truck to Cali. Hopefully the drive goes well. You got 8 hours, stop for 15 minutes, and you got 3 more. Then you got to wait another 8. I guess that's how it goes, unless guys totally cheat their logbook. What up, says TRD Ricky. I have a friend who's 30. She's waiting because she's too busy and is going to go back to school, blah, blah, blah. She should go to the pound and find her next partner for the next 10 years, which is a dog. Look, you got to understand, guys. Women that are out there doing this, I'm going to get my degree. I'm going to do what I want to do. I want to travel. And then they wait. The guy that they had the best shot of having a good life with has passed them by. I've told you guys, I've told you men, that don't worry about your 20s. Do not worry about your chasing pussy in your 20s. You should just concentrate on getting experience, not getting an STD, not getting anyone pregnant, and establishing your wealth and income. Because by the time you're in your mid 30s or so, your head, like I always say, is going to come out of your ass, because most men have their head stuck up way up their ass. And you kind of figure shit out late in your 20s and 30s. Some guys earlier, some guys later, okay? But typically in the mid to late 30s, that's when you go, okay. Because if you come out of your 20s, the 20s is a war zone. You have so many things you think you want to do, and you can get deep into debt building cars, doing dumb shit, buying guns, just a bunch of guns, a gun collection hobby, a race car hobby, all the stuff that gets you broke. And by the time you're 30-something, you got nothing to offer. But then there are guys out there that are about their grind, about their money, and all they do is get after it and get established. And by the time they're 30, 35, it's still very young, guys. If you're in your 20s and you think, oh my God, what am I going to do when I'm 30? The same shit, except you know more stuff. Plain and simple. So if you can come out of your 20s with, a good position in life, a house, the whole 9 yards, you got your head on right, you can then go after the girl that you want. So you have to be positioned properly. So now you're going to start seeing a lot of women come after you all of a sudden that you thought you couldn't get. And those women are the ones that calculated badly. They calculated badly. Okay, so what happens when women calculate badly? They go, well, I'm going to go get my degree. I'm going to go to college. I'm going to do all this shit. And then I'm going to see if I can find the man of my dreams. And then what happens when they don't? Like, what happens when they don't? What happens when they're, oh my God, all those guys pass me up. You become thought material. You become side puss. These guys like alphas are going to entertain you. They're going to say, yeah, let's go out, sweetie. You're super hot. They're not going to take you seriously because they don't see a future with you, because you've already, you waited too long. Okay. Men are more likely to go out with a girl that's younger and start something with and take them more seriously than the opposite. Like, I don't know any men that are highly successful that look at a 35 to 40-year-old woman and go, I can see a future with her. I see a lot of guys that are betas, providers, a lot of guys that are nice guys, okay, that they go, wait a minute, oh my God, I'm the luckiest guy. Have you guys ever seen that on Facebook? Have you guys ever seen that on Facebook where a guy posts up his girl and goes, I don't know how the hell I landed her. I have no idea how I landed her. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. And she has been run through by half of the town. She attempted to go after Chads and Tyrones that just used her and abused her. And she said, fuck, I'm getting a little too old to be the 30-year-old in the club. I don't look cute anymore compared to these other girls in the club. I gotta lock it in with somebody. And then you come around with your dumb ass posting her up on Facebook all the time going, my woman crush Wednesday, look at her, she's so beautiful. And then one day it hits you. You're taking a shit or you're hanging out, or you're in the yard or something, and you're like, was I her first choice? Now, don't let it get to you that bad. If you're having a good time and you're lucky to have her and all that stuff, awesome. But at the end of the day, are you her first choice? Are you her first choice? More than likely not. So it's one of those things where people can get into their head a little bit when it comes to the dating scene. Okay, so women calculate badly. They think that in their 20s is when you should lock it in, ladies, if you want a good, long, solid future. Because why do I say that? Let's say you have a kid in your 20s and you stay with your man and you raise these kids. You still look fucking banging in your 30s. You still can recover. Women can recover a lot easier. If they want to start a family, they can recover if they have the kids early on in life. Later on in life, you're going to have a kangaroo pouch you can't get rid of. And then you're going to start doing the same thing all these women in Florida do. They do the mommy makeover. They do the tummy tuck. Their belly button goes up to their chin, and it just looks ridiculous. And men that are, let's say you end up single with that situation, right? Let's say you waited too long. And you had a kid later in life and it didn't work out. Now you're a single mom with a pouch and a mommy makeover. And then you're like, wait a minute. I still want to go out with a high-end man. I still want to go out with a high-end man. That guy's not looking for you. No offense. That guy's not looking for you. My wife was on 3/4 when I was on, my wife was on 3/4 when I was on 30s. My wife was on 3/4 when I was on my 30s. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. You have to take 10-hour break when you're a truck driver. Got it. My gun hobby is my car hobby is bad. I was in my 30s when mindset changed about so many things in life, and that's usually what happens. I think your brain just changes. You grow up a little bit as a young man because you have a lot of testosterone, so you make a lot of impulse buys. You make a lot of decisions that aren't that smart in your 20s, especially financial ones. Financial ones are the ones that are the worst. Financial ones are the ones that are absolutely the worst because those are the ones that'll set you back the most. So, you end up going, okay, well, I probably shouldn't buy this race car, but you do, and it fucks you up, and you can't get out of that hole until you're well into your 30s. And then you kind of have to start from scratch. SK Jeff says, got engaged to some girl who worked at Twin Peaks, probably saved myself thousands. Guess who hit me up on Facebook after she was divorced with 2 kids? Oh my God, a Twin Peaks chick? At least she was good looking. So, what are you going to do? Oh, gotta reply. Okay, there we go. I'm just... Till was quicker. There we go. So, 9, 10, 8, 9, 9189, 9189, 9189, 153, 155. Sorry, I gotta reply. Love talking shit on Facebook. Talking shit on Facebook is literally, or Instagram, is by far my favorite. TRD Ricky. Oh, and she has a kid already. Oh my God. JD Swag says, Alex, do you also write what you want? Alex, do you also write what you want and what is required to get it and work on it until you get it? My old boss told me that that's how you plan stuff ahead of time. See, the thing is, JD Swag, so many things changed. In terms of my outlook on life. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to be a baseball player at 22 years old. I still wanted to play baseball. I thought it was, priority. And I was talking about this to my girlfriend. My main priority at the ages of 18 to 25 was become a baseball player. Once that was very obvious that it wasn't going to happen, I had to rearrange everything about that. So if I was to write down, goal is to play baseball, and then I would have failed at that, but that's all I'm concentrating on well into my 30s. Sometimes you just have to just say, you know what, let's be realistic about my expectations. But it's not a bad thing to plan things out. Things like a home, things like potentially a good woman is something that you can't plan on. You just kind of stumble across one. You don't just plan on finding a good woman. King Kale says, dropping a like and catching the replay. Sorry, I can't stay. JD Swag, I haven't made it home yet. EPA says, used and abused in the backseat of a Dodge Hornet. Can you imagine? Sorry, my wife was on 3 to 4 guys when I was deep into my 30s on slaying. Sounds like a lot of women have a man mentality. Dropping my like. We'll rewatch later. King Alex is currently having a battle with Cobra. Yes, I am having. No, look, it's all in good fun. They're fucking funny as shit. I love talking shit with Cobra owners. They're the best. So let's say you come across a girl that's young still though, but she has had a lot of guys. She's 24, 25 and has had a lot of dudes. She still can recover. Okay, would you guys date a woman that's in her early 20s, has had 50 plus guys? Because let's say she was a, early starter, 15, 16, 17, she was fucking, because it's 2022, they be fucking at that age, earlier. And she was just clubbing, thoughting, getting, but she came out clean. She was semi-responsible. She's 25 and goes, Jesus Christ, I've had all these dicks in me. So it's time to just settle down early, because if I keep on with this bullshit, she gets her head out of her ass. If I keep going on with this bullshit, then I'm going to end up, alone. And the biggest issue that her standards, believe it or not, I think will change. A woman that's 25 years old and has had a lot of guys, her standards will change. Have you ever seen a girl that's really good looking, going out with a guy that's, you're like, how the fuck did she end up with him? Like, what does she see in him? Well, stability. She's like, well, I want kids. I've already thought it up. I've already had everyone's dicking me. And this guy is going to provide. He's going to give me a family. He's going to give me a house. He's going to give me heat. And I got to be a good wife. I already had my fun. Now, the problem, therein lies a problem. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, right? Let's say you're 35 and you don't know Bethany has had every dick in her. And you're like, well, I just want to have a kid. And she's young enough that after we have kids and stuff, I don't, because some women don't go back to their whole tendencies. Do you guys remember about, most of you aren't that old, but back in the early 2000s when internet really started popping, like 95, 96, 97, internet was like, really shitty. But you're able to see like people get their head cut off and all this crap. And then porn was the big thing. Finding porn was like a gold mine. Now porn's free. Back then it was pretty impossible to find free porn. And there was a girl that was out there, and she was just giving dude BJs, like nonstop. No, her husband. It was like her and her boyfriend. She had a big rack. She was a blonde, and she was on video all over the internet, blowing the same guy over and over, deep throating this guy, doing this and this and that. Fast forward like 20 years, someone found her, and she's pushing a baby carriage around, some shopping center, and some guy's like, "Oh my God, that's her. That's her." What if she ended up with a guy that has no idea what happened in her past? What did she have? What do you think happened in the past? What does he think happened in her past? Like does he ask body count? I don't ask body count. Because what happened before me, but I also wasn't looking to have kids with it, because the last thing I want to do is have kids with like the neighborhood thought. You know what I mean? So is ignorance bliss sometimes? If you're a subpar male that doesn't earn a lot, but you're a provider and you're willing to have kids with her and da-da-da-da-da, is ignorance bliss at that point? EPA says, nope. Fuck that. He goes, anything over 3 is the female is too many bodies to me, but you're 20. So yeah, that makes sense. So Lex Luthor says, yeah, why not? Jared Wells says, so she's been around the same as me at the same age, pretty much. Yeah, probably. Right. So let's be honest. If you're as a young man started having sex early on in your teenage years, high school, college, and then you're out and about banging bar chicks, you can rack up 100 pretty easily in your mid 20s. Again, we're talking years here, and all you got to do is hook up with, I don't know, let's say you go to the bar every weekend, and 20%, 30% of the time you bring a chick home and bang her and then discard her. Like, remember the Jersey Shore? Those guys were bringing girls home 100% of the time and banging them and dumping them. So as a man, that's easily rackable. As a woman, I also think it's easily, you can get up there in the number count easily. But it's just because women are supposed to be seen as virtuous and supposed to have a lock on the situation, that lock gets opened by every key. Whereas a man, if he opens every lock, he's seen as the guy holding the master key. It's weird. Weird how that works. I've seen some bad girls with cholos, and I'm like, what the fuck? Me and my girl are 23, Dustin Tenar says. She's had like 20 bodies or so. That's weird to say that, number one, Dustin Tenar. Like, her business shouldn't be out there like that. Love you. Because some people might know you, and they might know her. And all I'm going to do is if I ever meet you and I see your girl, I'm like, she's fucked 20 dudes. Not too bad, but she doesn't go out anymore. She's all about me. I think the key is she knows she's replaceable and I don't worship her. Hope she's not watching the show with you. I started a company at 24, so I wanted nothing to do with a girl except smash. And I get that. That sentiment is great. Her name was... Yeah, the girl that I'm talking about was like Heather or something on the internet where she was just sucking, and the dude was her husband then, but I don't know if it's her husband anymore. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to, says Walter Hoffman again. If you're looking at this girl that's really attractive, one of my favorite lines, my girlfriend hears this line all the time, is this: I own a mirror. I own a mirror. I know what I look like. Maybe she thinks I'm like the best looking guy ever. Awesome. But I know what's out there. I understand what men of my caliber can and can't get, right? So if you come across a girl my age or older, okay, that's the key, my age or older, that is banging, and she's looking at you like she's looking at you for ulterior motives. She's not looking at you because she sees a future with you. She's looking at you because she doesn't want to die alone. Okay, so now Alex, 7-8 years ago, making $45,000 a year, fucking scrub. The looks weren't there, and I was a little chubbier, and I didn't have any money. So any girl that came across my wavelength at that time of my life, actually I was with somebody, but if a girl would have come across me at that time of my life, I would have been like, something's the fuck wrong with you. Wouldn't it look insecure to ask a girl about her body count? Yeah, I've never asked my girl. I assume stuff, but I've never asked a girl how many guys you fuck, because then you have to answer the same question. And I'm 44 years old. Okay? So do the math. Eye patch Alex hit different, dropping a like. What would you consider a normal body count for a 20-year-old? For a woman, 2 boyfriends a year. 2 boyfriends a year since the age of 15, or maybe 3. So I'd say 10 to 15. It sounds high. I know it sounds high. But let's say in high school, this girl got a boyfriend. He got his willy wet, and then they broke up because it's high school. Then she got with the quarterback, and boom, she got with him for 3 or 4 months. That's 2 at 15. Okay. And then 16, 17, 18, you got a summer fling, you got a spring fling, you got a kid you like, da 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 da. So I average about, I would average a woman at that age in modern times about 2 a year. Okay. And by the time she's out of college, shit, forget it. But by the time she's out of college, I'm thinking she's going to have at least 10 to 15. Now, is that high? Yes. That is high to me. To Alex, but I was born in a completely different time where 2 boyfriends is a lot at 20. Okay. So in the neighborhood I grew up in, you were in relationships. You don't do this hookup culture thing. Hookup culture didn't really start until like my 30s, but I was in relationships the whole time. When she tells you her body count, multiply by 3. Sorry, I'm late, bitch. He just casually lets it out. 20 bodies or so. What's her IG? There are perks to hooking up with an experienced woman, but wife her up? Maybe not. Exactly. And you know what's the worst one, Pat? The one when you end up with an older woman and she doesn't know what she's doing. And you go, where the fuck have you been? Or she was in 1 or 2 relationships and she really can't show you anything. You know what I mean? She literally can't like offer anything at all. So you're just like, okay, well, I don't know whose bitch you've been riding, but it's bad. Like, it's bad. So what are you going to do at that point? You just say, I thought I was going to get with an experienced woman, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you're going to be like, I thought I was going to get experience, but sometimes it's false advertising. Just because they're older does not mean that it's better or a better experience. Okay. Plain and simple. Some people are just naturally gifted that way. Can we get a half-hour Bumble swipes if you agree to put a 1? Fuck no. I'm not doing a half-hour Bumble swipes. Are you crazy? That's a lot of yelling on my end. Brett, we're not talking car shit here, bro. Sorry. We're not talking car shit. So yeah, I think a woman that's in her mid-20s has had a high body count and wants to start a family. I think a woman like that, I'm not saying you should forgive her, but I'm saying if she ends up with someone that is not that good looking, but she wants a family, ignorance is bliss at that point. Do not ask questions you don't want the answers to. Like, do not ask questions you don't want the answers to, plain and simple. I think women don't realize they reach their peak way before a man does, so it causes confusion. I think it's... Guys, have you heard the music nowadays? And maybe I sound old, but obviously I listen to hip hop and rap. And almost every woman rapper talks about sucking dick for money, multiple dudes, eats my asshole, fuck, all this crazy shit. And you guys think it doesn't stick, but I'm telling you, it does. I was seeing a younger girl a couple years ago, And she started referencing all these songs. Like I would see what she would post on Facebook. I would see what she would put out there on Instagram, and not directly thoughting it up, but her friends in the comment section were referencing Megan Thee Stallion songs, Nicki Minaj songs. And I'm like, it's literally bleeding into the culture. It's literally bleeding into the culture. Actually, yeah, look at the mile an hour. I got it. Sorry guys, I'm going in. I am going in. I'm going in today. This is gonna be fun. There we go. I love talking shit, bro. I love talking shit online. So it bleeds into the culture. Like the whole thing about people say, well, that doesn't really matter. People, dude, they give a fuck. They totally give a fuck about that stuff. Like when they hear that bullshit, that Megan Thee Stallion and all these Leroy or whatever the fuck, it bleeds into the culture, and they act that way because they think that's how you're supposed to act. It's just Dustin Tenar says, Alex, you should hear about the girl that went. You should hear about some of the girls that go to ASU. They just casually bring up that they're in the hundreds. I believe that. Arizona State University, and they're good-looking girls out there. Supposedly, it's a party college. It's a party town. That's why I don't date any girl that has gone to like a crazy party town or party college or anything like that. UMass Amherst, University of Miami, FSU, actually any college. I'm too old, bro. I've laid pipe on a waterbed. Oof. Well, you don't have to be old to lay pipe on a waterbed. You have to be poor, because there's still some of them shits around. ASU is crazy. Graduated 10 years ago. New music sucks. I still hear 90s, early 2000s. It's way better than today's trash. But you have to be with it, TRD Ricky. You can't be that guy that listens to new music and goes, this is trash. It has a good beat. Obviously, you have to kind of be with it. But when you listen to what they're saying, and you got to understand, that's the pulse of the generation. The music. Growing up, it was grunge. It was Biggie, Puff, Pac, Dr. Dre, Snoop. So you know some of the stuff that I would reference. Nowadays, it's Megan Thee Stallion. It's Nicki Minaj. It's, what's that other dumb bitch's name? Cardi B. You know, and most of the songs are about fucking to get money. So that bleeds into the culture. That absolutely bleeds into the culture. I work in music and entertainment, and the music has gotten odd. My woman doesn't have many friends because she doesn't like the hoe mentality. There was the girl that I was talking about, the younger girl that I was seeing. She was a mom. She had a kid. And guys, that was one of them that I thought, yeah, because she was an attractive girl. And I thought, yeah, she's hanging out with me because I seem to offer security and potentially a future. And I wasn't having any of it. I didn't tell her that, but I just wasn't having any of it. So a lot of women out there making a bad calculation that they can still make it happen after they've had their 20s full of dicks. You're going to be surprised where guys entertain you for a little bit and then they go bye-bye and they ghost you. And you go, why? What happened? I'm a good woman. Why aren't they wifing me up? It's real simple. They're looking for younger chicks because you went out and had your fun, and they're not looking to date you. They're looking for younger chicks, plain and simple. Look, EPA, but that's, I get it. Look, you're not out there you're married, you're good. But the men that are out there in their 20s and 30s, late 20s, early 30s, you guys have a decision to make. Are you, knowing how girls are nowadays, are you just going to smash until you come across a good chick? Or are you just going to put your head down and concentrate on your shit and girls are not even in the picture? Meaning, you'll smash, you'll go to the bar, you'll hang out. But some of you guys are psycho, in my opinion. Like, some of you guys yearn for children. And I'm sorry, I don't understand that. But I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't have that in me. I have a very logical way of thinking. This world is super fucked up. Super fucked up. And you're going to bring kids into this world. I get it, because I'm sure the world that my parents were in was super fucked up. They brought kids into this world. But I don't know, If my parents knew how I grew up in the neighborhood that I grew up in and what I experienced, would they have thought differently? Like having, if you can see into the future and see how your children are going to grow up, what they're going to experience, what they're going to see, what they're going to feel, how the government, all that stuff. Would you bring a kid into this world if you could look into their future? Maybe some of you go, well, you don't know. Maybe they're going to have a good experience. Maybe they're going to change the world, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, maybe. But what's more likely? That your kid is just going to, your kid is going to be confused about his sexuality? Heaven forbid you're white right now. Your kid's going to have to defend his whiteness for the rest of his life because of white privilege, this and this. And let's say you're a middle earning income white couple and your kids are, EPA is a good example. Let's say your kids go to a public school and the whole white privilege bullshit, the whole he, them, they, she, non-binary stuff. No way. No fucking way I want to grow up in that. Like, I didn't grow up in that time. I grew up in the time where you could say whatever the words that you can't say right now. Like, if I was to say some key words on this channel right now, I get kicked out. And those words were normal when I was growing up. Burros de Fuerza says, I asked a chick I bang if she ignored the red flag so she could have kids. If she ignored the red flag so she could have kids with her ex, and she said yes. She said she thought she could fix him, but still married him. Does a girl's past define her current worth? Yep, absolutely. Of course. Of course it does. Of course it does. I had a girl tell me that she likes older guys because the body counts might be similar. I go, that's not how it works. We actually want the opposite of us. It's crazy that some people went through high school with, so many people I went to high school with are having kids and getting married. What the fuck are they thinking? The more I focus on myself and be reclusive, the more women reach out and make dates. Being on your grind resonates to the world and women notice it. The ones who are interested will reach out to you. No, that didn't happen to me during my single years. I had to work. Let me move this a little bit. There we go. I had to work to end up finding dates. I really had to work. Look, I'm not a party guy. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm home. So unless a woman literally comes across my fucking front door, I probably wasn't gonna mess with her. I was working. I was on my grind. I was at the gym, and you guys heard about me approaching women at the gym, how horribly that went. About the last thing I want to do is experience that again. But some people say you got to have a callus built up when it comes to that. You got to have a callus built up when it comes to that. I don't know. Almost all of my friends from high, I already got that. That's all crazy. That's the crazy thing about public schools and young kids. You expect your child to learn ABCs and shapes, but they're learning about genders. My pronouns are boosted and E85. Got to reply. Shit talking is happening. So got to reply. This is so much fun. Let me see. In case you know, the only thing that matters is let me see your story. Look at that mile an hour. With a blower. Sheesh. There we go. Can we see that too, please? No, I'll never approach a girl at the gym. Yeah, so at the gym, women are now doing things that they're trapping men. So what you're starting to see is women are out there filming their workout, okay? Filming their workout, looking back at the workout to see if anybody looks in their direction during the workout. Then they post it to TikTok, zoom in, and go, oh, look at this fucking creep at the gym. when the guy was like walking around and goes like she's mid squat, her ass is out, she's wearing those ruffly, those ruffly leggings that cram the leggings up your butt, those, and then they do a squat and you just go, and they go, oh look at this fucking creep. I reported him just to get clicks, So I'm telling you guys, you should see how I act at the gym. There are some fun. I live near Palm Beach Gardens. Palm Beach Gardens is a very well-to-do area. And I go to a gym in Palm Beach Gardens. And I'm telling you, the women there are top shelf liquor. Ridiculous. So when I'm working out, dude, my eyes don't go anywhere near any chick because there's a lot of women there setting up phones and doing workouts with their friends. And all women do is booty workouts. Booty, booty, booty. Honey, your arms are flabby. Honey, your arms look stupid and flabby. How about working on those? Okay? Stop with the squats. Stop with the lunges. Stop with the fucking hack squats. Stop with the dumb shit. Work on the whole body, okay? When I see a girl with flabby arms but a crazy butt, it's no different than when a guy is jacked up top and has super skinny legs. So guys, be careful. If you're at the gym and some girl has her phone set up on the rack and she's doing squats or something, she might go back in the video to see if anyone looks at her, and she'll post that shit on TikTok to shame you, to say that, oh my God, there's so many gym creeps. It's so stupid. That's why I don't approach girls at the gym. Girls don't go to the gym to work out. Girls go to the gym to TikTok, to Instagram, to do some real bullshit, to get their ass on point. And some of these women don't have the genetics to make their ass look good. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. It sucks being young, almost impossible to approach girls in public, which is where the good girls are instead of the hookup app. I'm probably all over TikTok and don't even know it. Yeah, Melissa, I'm telling you, go to TikTok. I think it's a trending thing where it's like gym creep or something like that. And women are out there trying to catch guys looking at their ass. And it's like an ego boost. It's like, and men are doing it too. Men are out there deadlifting and drop the weight. Then they go back in their phone and they see a girl go, like, oh my God, surprised that he's lifting that much weight. And they go, yeah, look at that. She's surprised I lift that much weight. And she's probably reacting to her fart smell. She's probably like, and you're like, oh, look at that. Look at the face she made. SK Jeff says, those crunchy leggings have got the best of 99% of us men. They know what they're doing. Them crunchy leggings are the equivalent of a dude putting a sock in his pants. There's also a trend, have you seen this? Where men are like, BDE is a thing, right? Women now are referencing little dick energy, big dick energy. And some of these women, if they had a fucking big dick in their face, they wouldn't know what to do with it. A lot of these women, they go, oh, I want that guy with the big dick energy. And then big dick shows up and you go, oh, no. I don't want a doggy. It hits weird spots. Oh, I got big dick energy. I thought you could take this big dick. Guys, I've seen some girls that can't take no fucking dick, okay? So they should shut the fuck up about big dick energy or little dick energy. Because if you meet a guy with big dick energy and he actually has a big dick, you're in for a fucking treat, honey. I've got a good girl and I'm pretty sure her body count is just as high as mine, but it doesn't matter to me. When I was single with the females, with the lower body count, didn't ever want to take me serious. That's what I mean. That's what I mean, guys. Girls with a low body count want a top shelf guy. Okay? Young girl, good looking, good family, good future, low body count. She don't want us. She wants top shelf motherfuckers. Go to the gym and end up on Chris Hansen. Well, 10% of us girls actually do go to the gym. Yeah, Melissa goes to the gym and she looked like she's been through a blender by the time she's done working out. Okay? Her hair's all over the fucking place, sweating. Some of these girls look so fucking pretty. No, I'm not saying that she doesn't, because I see some of her Instagrams, but she's out there doing work. And I'm like, most of the girls I see on my reels or just scrolling Instagram or whatever, they're super pretty and they got no sweat, nothing. Melissa's out there like getting it in. She does the CrossFit stuff. Like, the cult of psychos that love to like throw 80-pound balls up in the air. Psycho. No, thank you. Got to be mean to the gym boppers. That's how petty and trifling women are nowadays. Only 10%. The fat rolls right above the elbows are horrible. Dustin Tenar, get a job where I work. About 300 people there, 18 to 25-year-olds, tons of women. It's like high school part two. I get more girls just coming up to them in public and talking to them than I ever met on Tinder or Bumble. Cliff, don't ask questions. You might get the answers to brother. Right. Look, we've already talked about that, about not asking the questions you don't want the answers to. And it's difficult. Like, it's really difficult to, if you're a good guy, you want to think you can get a good girl. But let's be honest. These girls that can get, because you're only worth what you can get. If you guys go, how come I can't get badass bitches? How come I can't get 10s? You can't attract 10s. Same thing with women. How come I can't get a 666? 6 figures, 6 feet tall. Could be 6-pack or 6 inches. Why can't I get that? Real simple. You can't attract that. You don't have that in you. You're only as valuable as what you can attract. So if you're not coming across bad bitches, they're not hitting you up, or you're not even getting their attention in any way, shape, or form, get what you can. If you guys are out there waiting it out, you might end up alone too. A lot of men are out there like, I want a girl that's 5'7", 125, abs, dirty blonde hair, green eyes, bro. Oh, with a low body count. Bro, she's dating a millionaire. She's on a yacht somewhere, kiddo. She's not on your Datsun 210 with a Rotary. I think it's cool. But a girl that wants to get in your Datsun 210 with a Rotary in Florida heat without AC is not going to be 5'7", green eyes, with beautiful blonde hair and banging. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. Oh, Spartan races are fucking the worst. Spartan races are the worst. And no offense to anyone that does Spartan races, but Spartan races are full of people that are trying to prove that they're battling inner demons. I've been there, done that. When I was someone that did that shit constantly, and they're just trying to prove something. Like, mom said I wasn't going to be shit, so I'm going to prove it to her. Dad said dad left at an early age, so I'm going to work it out on this obstacle course. Bro, Spartan races are full of people like that. It's like Spartan races are like obstacle course psychiatrists. I hear something in the hallway. If she has fat rolls above the elbow, she can cook. What if us guys have staggering body count? Should we just BS these women to get in, or be honest and be potentially scare them off? Men should have a high body count. If you want a guy to dick you down good, he should have a high body count. And that means he can attract a lot of women. It's a master key, not a shitty lock. Leave it to Beaner. They said exactly to leave it to Beaner. Red flag if she's asking body count. My opinion, I agree. No girl has ever asked me body count. No girl has ever asked me body count. Thanks for the offer, doctor. I get to travel for work right now. The bad part is going to dive bars in a small town. The 50-year-old ladies try to hit us in their construction uniforms. Me to set some unrealistic standards for what average woman should look like. Right. I've known my fiance since she was 18. During that time, she's been with 2 incredibly long relationships. Number 3. So 9. Whatever she's had times 3, 9. You even have a video of that other channel. Right. It's ridiculous how that works. All right, guys, let's get into the Bumble swipes, right? Why not? Because you guys like the Bumble swipes. Oh, what happened to display capture? It doesn't work. Hold on. Let me see. Why isn't display capture working? Yeah, let me see. Boo. I don't know why display capture is not working. Oh no, what am I going to do if I can't do Bumble swipes? So let me try to fix this. Video, no, this is good. Dang it, how come this one does not want to work? Let me see, display capture. Boy, oh man, I don't know. We'll see what happens because it ain't working right now. Boo. Well, I guess we're not going to do the Bumble swipes. Oh my Lord. Well, can I bring this here? No, I don't think I can bring this here. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. So I don't know what's going on, but this guy does not want to switch over. Interesting, it worked this morning. Double click, automatic. Desktop duplication. Okay, nothing. Nope. Dang it. I don't think I can bring you guys bumble swipes today. Holy crap. I got the sponsors. Sponsors work. Live chat works, but I cannot open it up. Oh my Lord, this sucks. Let me see if I could do it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. So properties. No, don't. Watch the camera just shut off after it's all said and done. Like the camera will just absolutely shut off. I'm hitting display capture and it's not working. This sucks. Beep, beep, boo, desktop. And the problem is, you know what fixes this, guys? Restarting the computer. That sucks. That sucks if I have to. I don't want to have to restart the computer. Fuck all that. That's bullshit. Dang. Well, I guess no bumble swipes for you guys today. It's not gonna work. Too bad. Oh well. Too bad. Dang it. Doesn't work. Fuck it. I'm gonna do it live because you guys don't care. Man, that stinks. That really does stink because I wanted to do bumble swipes. I got all amped up for it and everything, but it's not working. Automatic, display, monitor, nothing. It's not working. Defaults? Let's do defaults. Sure, let's see. Nope. Ain't working. Well, there goes that, guys. No bumble swipes today because apparently the desktop does not want to show on here. And I wonder if it was because when I switched over, because I used one of the monitors from work, when I plug it in, maybe it didn't recognize it while this was running. And if I shut this off, it'll absolutely kill the stream. So we'll just kill it there. Let's keep talking for a little bit and then we'll get the fuck out of here. So sorry. Dad story? A dad story. We could do a dad story. Let me get you guys up on the screen. Where the hell did y'all go? There we go. So let's do a dad story instead of a bumble swipe. Okay, so did I tell you the story where I had a dream that my dad killed somebody? Let me know if I missed bumble swipes, but it is what it is exactly. Did I tell you the story where I had a dream that my dad killed somebody? Yes or no? Let me know. Because if not, I'll tell you that story. And it's a funny one. It's a good one because dad was a bad dude, and it was one of those weird dreams that was so vivid that I was like, oh my God. Okay, no. So and JD Swag is on it. Hey Alex, what do women like doing? Why do women like doing things last minute? Why do they change their mind last minute? Miguel, get used to it. You have to make the plans and you have to stick to the plans. Don't ever have a woman make plans. Women are perpetually late. Women are bad planners when it comes to being on time. They shove things in the middle of a plan instead of sticking to the game plan. You have to plan it and stick to the game plan. Women love to change shit all around. Okay, let's talk about the story with my dad where I had a dream he killed somebody. So it's funny how, you feel, and again, it was a dream. You get my drift, guys? It was a dream. So I was talking to my dad one time, and we're just hanging out. And, sometimes you have those dad and son talks. I think I was 17 or 18 when this happened. And we were just talking and, just kind of bonding and everything. I think we used to watch Star Trek together. Me and my dad used to watch Star Trek all the time together. And, we just kind of bonded over that. So I go to bed that night, and I wake up. I start dreaming that I am fucking 3 or 4 years old. 3 or 4 years old. Salvador, I don't know if that's a good idea. Like drywall service, patching holes. I mean, why don't you just have a whole service where you actually put up the drywall, not just patching holes? But let's say I was about 3 years old when I had this dream. So in the dream, maybe. So I actually had a dream, Dustin Tenar. So in the dream, I'm like 3 years old and I'm in Puerto Rico. Remember, I was born in Massachusetts. And at 9 months old or something, we moved to Puerto Rico. I stayed in Puerto Rico till I was 6 years old. And after that, came back and lived here ever since from the ages of 6 till now. Never went back to Puerto Rico. Never set foot in Puerto Rico again. Not interested. Just I don't have a connection to the island. So I'm like 3 years old, having a dream after bonding with dad all afternoon, and I'm playing in the dirt. I'm sitting on my butt playing in the dirt in some driveway. I'm trying to see how I can tell this story. I'm playing with dirt, And all of a sudden, I hear a commotion. Now, my dad had this Monte Carlo, and it was a 77 Monte Carlo. I'll show you the Monte. I can't show you the Monte Carlo. God damn it. That's too bad. That really pisses me off that I can't show you the Monte Carlo, because that was, so just Google 77 Monte Carlo. And I look under the fender, right? So the fender's here, and I look under it because I'm on the dirt. I'm a kiddo. And I'm looking underneath, and I see a guy's head go like this. Okay? Like hit the pavement. And then a machete go right in his head. And I woke up. I went, what the fuck? That was so vivid. I was playing in the dirt. I was kind of, doing my thing. I was maybe 3 or 4 years old. I hear a commotion. I look underneath, and I see a guy's head, and a machete gets stuck right in his head. And I went, woke up, and I'm just like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. So the next day I woke up, and I saw Dad again. I go, Dad, I had the craziest dream last night. And he goes, my dad was fascinated by dreams because he felt there were a lot of them that are super vivid, he felt were memories. So I said, well, Dad, it was grandma's house. I was maybe 3 years old. I was sitting down in the driveway. There was a commotion. I looked under your Malibu, and a guy's head fell there, and then a machete ended up in his head. And he goes, you saw that? And I'm like, did it happen? He goes, let me just say this. And I love Dad's inflection. He goes, let me just say this. There was a guy in the neighborhood that was a bad guy. And he was going around doing some bad stuff to women. And he might have done some bad stuff to a woman we knew. So the call went out to the neighborhood that we want to have a talk with this guy. So, and I go, okay. He was being very vague, which is smart. And he goes, anyway, the guy comes over with a machete in his hand. And I go, oh. So wait, this was a memory? He goes, oh, yeah. I go, okay. So what happened? He goes, well, he had a machete, and back in Puerto Rico, maybe 1980, 81 or something like that, it was normal to like walk around with machetes. It was just like very normal, depending on the neighborhood. Obviously, you're not in a city street walking around with a machete, but you're in the woods, you're in the farm, you're kind of like in one of those areas that's between the city and the farm. The rules are kind of vague, and guns weren't prevalent back then, okay? So I said, so what happened? He goes, well, what happened was he swung the machete. I go, okay. He goes, he missed. I go, okay. And then I said, so what did I see? He goes, oh, you saw the end. I said, I saw the end. Now, I didn't ask who, I didn't ask what. Okay, because I know better. I go, so what happened? He goes, he fell over and machete ended up in his head. And guys, it ended up in his head like it ends up in a coconut. Like it ends up in a coconut. And then you got to rock it back and forth to get it out. That's how the machete ended up in his head. And the guy had afro-y hair. Yeah, he was Sasso.
What's that smell?
Right?
Sasso.
So it ended up there and it rocked back and forth, took it out. And that's where I woke up. I go, so what happened to the guy? He goes, well, you know how in Puerto Rico, there's a lot of mountains, because Puerto Rico is a very mountainous island. There's a lot of mountains. It's 80 by 100, but to get from one side to the other side, it takes you days. There's up, down, left, a lot of hills. So you can't just go, it's not Florida, where you can get to Miami 70 miles away in an hour at 70 miles an hour. If you want to go 70 miles to Puerto Rico, it's like a day. So I go, so what happened to him, AKA the body? He goes, well, there's a lot of mountains in Puerto Rico. I go, yeah. He goes, there's a lot of ravines in Puerto Rico. So in Puerto Rico, when you're driving, there's just like a ledge. and there's a lot of cascading water. Okay, I remember that. And he goes, I said, what do you mean this? He goes, okay, so apparently, homeboy, ravine style, and that flooded every year, and it just washed shit out. You guys have heard that Lake Mead right now, I was 18 years old when I was saying it, when it was real life EPA. So I was 18 years old when I had this dream. And I asked Dad about it. He didn't say who, what, when, where, but he did give me sort of details. But he basically was like, there's a lot of mountains and ravines. And so, yeah, sometimes, guys, if you guys have a very vivid dream, it's possibly a memory. Now, I don't know who did it, what did it, whatever, but it was such a vivid dream that I had to tell my dad about it. And Dad loved having me recount my dreams because he's fascinated as to what someone saw from their perspective versus what happened. And I guess it was such a very clear memory that he remembered exactly what happened that day, and se acabó el party, and that was that. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to try to fix this display capture because tomorrow at 5 p.m. on the other channel, I'm going to talk about Dodge announcing the electric Banshee, whatever the fuck. If you watch the part 3 of the Dodge Speed Week, whatever the fuck, today they announced an electric Banshee something. I'll talk about it tomorrow on the show. It makes electric sounds, guys. It revs and it makes whirr, like a cat. They made it sound like a banshee, like a wild cat roaring, and oh my god, it was crazy. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Sorry I couldn't get your Bumble Swipes today. I'll make it up to you. I swear to God, I will get this display capture situation fixed up and get you guys proper picture-on-picture stuff to make the viewing experience more enjoyable. All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. I'll try to get you more videos. I'll try to get you more lives as I become more available. Number 1, I want to make more money on the channels. Number 2, I got to give you proper content. And if I don't have anything to talk about, then there's nothing really to say. So I don't want to just give you guys filler. All right, guys, have a great rest of your night. Tomorrow, 5 p.m., YDBT Daily, talking about the Dodge Charger electric thing that they introduced today. Have a great night, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.